know what he's talking about. But I did this area here in blue. This area, maybe 100 miles inland or 200 miles along the Gulf Coast, and I put it in blue because I believe that the amount of wildlife and food there is going to sustain a lot of people. There's a lot of natural habitat. It doesn't have a lot of population. There's going to be areas within it that are completely in total danger zones, but for the most part, I think you can live in those areas. The climate is not bad. Other areas like up north, it is just miserable cold in the winter. And during shit hits the fan, if you don't stay warm, right, you're dead. If you don't have the right clothing, you're dead. You're going to burn a lot more calories up north than you are down south, burning calories to stay warm during the winter. It's going to be harder to live. Right? So I think the area along the Mexican border is going to be bad. There's going to be a lot of confusion and chaos. Not a good place to be. But I will say there's a lot of smart mofos in New Mexico, Arizona, down in southern Nevada, and all through this area. Everywhere I have green down here in the south. Let me give some kind of ad hoc Mason-Dixon line. There we go. Everywhere that's green south of that purple line, I think that's going to be pretty good living as far as the climate goes. There's going to be good areas that you're going to be safe. You're going to be out of the urban zone. The only problem I see with you making it out of an urban area, if you want to go rural, is there's going to be other people who have the same idea. And there's going to be people, let's say this nice little area right here on the west side of the Appalachians. Let's do that. And there's this zone right here. It's really good. It has lots of nice lakes in it, rivers. It never gets snow in the winter. It's a nice, comfortable climate. Humidity's not too bad in the summer. You want to go there. Well, there's a good chance a lot of other people have heard about that area. And then what about the people that already live there? Think they're going to be happy about you showing up and another couple 100,000 people showing up? And that's the problem with going someplace that others already occupy. These areas that are in green, everywhere here. Let me make this the Rocky Mountains. Okay, everywhere west of the Rockies into this green zone, that's high desert. In the winter, it's desperately cold. In the summer, it's dry as fuck. There's a lot of water in that desert. This myth of deserts being without water, that comes from someplace else. There's a lot of rivers that run through here. There's lots and lots of rivers and places that water goes, but there's not a lot of trees. There's not a lot of wildlife. As a result, there's just not a lot to eat there. So if people were to flock there, you're going to have a hell of a time sustaining yourself up in this northwest quadrant. All the green areas are good to be in because they're low population density. They do have some growing zones for farming and agriculture. There is some wildlife, but you can't count on that. Very rough zone. Let's take a look at this zone down here. We talked about this one, this green zone in here, east of the Rockies. Good climate. A lot of relatively low population density. But also a lot of people that don't want you to be there if that's not your home. It is more heavily populated than out west, this quadrant down here. You're going to have a lot more social interaction issues down in the south. That's just my opinion. Up north here, through the Dakotas and then Minnesota and Wisconsin, the north, and then all the way, I would say, through this section here. I don't know what you want to call that, the Ohio Valley and everything west of the Appalachians. It's also going to be very, very cold in the winter. There are areas that have good natural resources, good times to grow things, but there's a lot of population, a lot more density up in there. People are not going to be happy to see you. And I guess I'm painting a pretty gruesome picture. I'm talking about don't be here, don't be there, that's okay, but this isn't good, and they'll eat you up north, and up here, you can only eat so much beaver. And it's going to be up around the Great Lakes, you're screwed. Basically, I think I've laid it out. When shit hits the fan, you're screwed. There's really no place to go that's any good. Yeah, let's go with that. There's really no place to go that's any good. You've got to decide for yourself. Whatever place you have in mind. When shit hits the fan, can you make it from where you're at to where you want to be? When you get there, do you have a place to be? Or are you going to be sharing it with 1,000 other people? Or are the people that already live there going to want to kill you? Right? Are you prepared for the environment, the climate that you're going to be in? With clothing and with food? When you get there, if you manage to live through the first 3 months of shit hits the fan, you get to the post-collapse environment, the PCE. When you get to there, are you going to be able to survive long term? Because let's face it, we can all only store so much food for so long. And if you're going to bug out to some other location, you can only take so much food with you. So what are you going to do? That is your choice to make. Where do you want to be? Where not to be when shit hits the fan? Being in the cities? Not a lot of gardens there. Not that'll support millions of people. Not a lot of wildlife. I imagine the most common meal that's going to be had after a month and a half of shit hitting the fan is going to be this meat called long pork. Not a pretty picture. So I recommend really sitting down and putting pen to paper. And I really would recommend this. Put on one side ideal and unideal. Put down 2 or 3, maybe 4 places you think would be the best bets for you, the best places to go. And then break it down the other way. Which one is the most likely you can get to in a serious emergency? Be realistic about roadblocks. Be realistic about what people are going to do. Are you going to be allowed to travel, or are people going to stop you and turn you back and keep you out of their neck of the woods, in a manner of speaking? Are you going to go to an area where you're familiar with both the area, or are you going to go to a place that you really don't know all that well? Perhaps you're from the country and you've got a hometown where everyone would recognize you. That might be good. But then again, if you were to go back there, people might think you're a city slicker, and therefore unknowledgeable about anything useful. And they would have nothing to do with you and make your life all the more difficult because of it. Where you don't want to be is everywhere. And where you want to be is likely going to be nowhere when shit hits the fan. You're not going to want anything to do with it. I don't care how hard you are militarily. After a week of that shit, you're going to be tired of it. There's a reason that Marines and soldiers come in out of the field. You can't stay out there forever. It sucks. You've got to come back in. When shit hits the fan, you really can't come back in. So the best you can do, the best I can do.
Most